His explanation, Mr. Speaker, in recent days, in relation to the stories about what he may have said in the past, is unconvincing, to say the least. He says he never engaged with racism with intent. With intent. What does that mean? Didn't engage with racism with intent. I have no doubt that if a young Jewish student was hissed at to mimic the sound of a gas chamber, they would find it upsetting. He may want to forget that. They won't. He clearly remembers some of what happened. He should seek those people out and go and apologise to them.
Breaking tonight, in the heart of Westminster, where the air crackles with betrayal and the ghosts of empire whisper secrets, Prime Minister Keir Starmer unleashes a verbal thunderbolt at Reform UK leader Nigel Farage, accusing him and his party of fanning the flames of racism right before Chancellor Rachel Reeves drops her bombshell budget. Picture it, the House of Commons, that ancient arena of egos and echoes, packed with MPs shifting in their seats, the public gallery overflowing with wide-eyed citizens, and Starmer, eyes blazing like a man who's just uncovered a viper's nest. This is not just politics, he thunders. This is poison seeping into our nation's soul. Crowd murmuring intensifies. But hold on, folks. This isn't your garden variety spat. Oh no. This is the spark that ignites a powder keg of corruption, a web of deceit that's been spinning in the shadows for years, involving shadowy donors, deleted emails, and a betrayal that could topple the fragile trust holding Britain together. And tonight, on UK Pancakes, we're ripping the lid off it all, because if we don't, who will? Let's rewind the tape, shall we? It starts innocently enough, or so they wanted us to believe. Back in 2023, when Reform UK was just a blip on the radar, whispers began about anonymous funds pouring in like rain on a Manchester parade. Fast forward to now, November 2025, and leaked documents, 217 pages stamped confidential, eyes only, hit the dark web like a digital Molotov cocktail. These aren't your grandma's memos. We're talking £2.4 billion in shadowy contracts funneled through offshore shells in the Cayman Islands, linked to far-right sympathizers abroad. Names? Oh, we've got names. Generic ones, sure, but they sting. Shadowy operative Victor Hale, a former MI6 reject-turned-lobbyist, and Elena Voss, the enigmatic donor with ties to Eastern European nationalists. Farage, ever the showman, dismisses it as fake news from the elite. But Starmer?
He's not buying it.
During PMQs, he waves a redacted printout like Excalibur, shouting, "Mr. Speaker, how does the honorable member explain these 11,000 deleted records from Reform servers? Racism isn't just words. It's funded, it's fueled, and it's festering." Boom. The chamber erupts. MPs on the Labour benches leap to their feet, fists pumping, while Reform loyalists boo like a bad pantomime audience. Applause thunders, then fades to tense silence. But here's where it gets personal, where the cold facts melt into heartbreak. Meet Tommy Wilkins, a 72-year-old veteran from Birmingham who lost his leg in the Falklands. Tommy's story? He voted Reform last election, hoping for change.
Now?
"I gave my leg for this country," he tells our cameras, voice cracking like old leather, "and now I sleep in my car because those patriots cut veterans' aid to line their pockets." It's betrayal, pure and simple. Or take pensioner Mabel Thorne from Leeds, 85 years young, clutching her faded Union Jack scarf. "They promised to protect us old folks," she whispers, tears streaming, but £500 million vanished from pension funds. Poof, into these racist rallies. I can't afford heat this winter. What happened to Britain first? Cut to the streets, where the outrage boils over like a forgotten kettle. Protests erupt outside Parliament faster than you can say Brexit regret. Thousands, over 150,000 by nightfall, flood Westminster Bridge, banners waving like battle flags. Farage out. No more lies, reform or revolt. Flares light up the Thames in crimson glows, crowds chanting in rhythmic fury. "Resign, resign, resign." Crowd chanting swells, echoes off the stone. Police in riot gear clash with the front lines, batons swinging, shields clashing, as tear gas blooms like poisonous flowers over the iconic skyline. Smoke curls around Big Ben, turning the clock face into a hazy omen. A young mum from Croydon, holding her toddler's hand, dodges a water cannon. "This isn't about left or right," she yells into our mic. "It's about right and wrong. My boy's future is being sold out. Rapid fire now. Curfews imposed in London, Manchester, and Glasgow by 10 p.m. Helicopters thrum overhead like angry wasps. Social media explodes. Hashtag FarageGate trends with 3.2 million posts in hours. Memes of Starmer as a caped crusader battling a cartoon Farage dragon. But wait, twist incoming. The cover-up kicks in like clockwork. Government insiders, anonymous, of course, blame foreign interference, pointing fingers at phantom Russian hackers. It's all a setup. A Reform spokesperson smirks on live TV to distract from Reeves' budget disaster. But whistleblowers, they're the real heroes here. Enter anonymous source, Patriot X, a former Reform staffer who leaks audio clips, crystal clear, damning. In one, a voice sounding suspiciously like hail hisses, "Delete those donor lists, 11,000 records, gone by dawn. Blame the migrants if it blows up."
Click.
Upload. Viral in seconds, suspense builds. The nation holds its breath as Reeves steps to the podium for her budget statement, but the air's thick with dread. £1.8 trillion deficit? Forget it. This is overshadowed by the storm. Starmer, sensing the tide, doubles down in PMQs. "Nigel, your party's not reform, it's rot." Racism allegations? They're the tip of the iceberg, funded by billions in dirty money. Farage fires back, face red as a beetroot. "This is a witch hunt. Keir, you're the one dividing us." Boos and cheers collide in chaos. Cut to the emotional core. In the public gallery, veterans like Tommy stand tall, medals glinting under the lights, silent sentinels of sacrifice. A pensioner waves a sign. "We fought fascism, not funded it." The House teeters on the edge. Escalation hits warp speed. Parliament in utter pandemonium, MPs shouting across the aisle, papers flying like confetti in a hurricane. "Order! Order!" the speaker bellows, but it's futile. Cabinet whispers of resignations ripple. 2 junior ministers bolt, citing moral bankruptcy. Outside, the protests swell to 300,000, a sea of humanity from all walks, students, workers, immigrants waving placards. Unity over hate. Police lines buckle, a flare arcs through the night, landing in the Thames with a hiss. Tear gas stings the eyes of a retired nurse from Bristol. "I've bandaged wounds in wars," she coughs. "But this is our own government wounding us." Silence falls heavy, broken by distant sirens. Now the reckoning. As the sun rises over a smoke-shrouded Westminster, the illusion of control shatters like cheap glass. Starmer calls an emergency session. Farage faces a no-confidence vote in his own party. Leaked emails flood in, another 5,000 records, detailing £800 million in consultancy fees to Voss's network, tied to anti-immigrant campaigns. The public outrage peaks. Petitions hit 2 million signatures overnight, demanding inquiries. Veterans march en masse to Downing Street, their boots echoing like thunder. "We remember who we are," Tommy declares to the cameras. "Britons who stand against hate, not hide behind it." Cabinet cracks widen. 3 more resignations, including a fictional undersecretary named Derek Blaine, who sobs on air, "I can't be part of this anymore." But here's the punchy twist, laced with sarcasm. While Farage cries conspiracy, Starmer quips an oppressor, "Nigel, if this is fake, why delete the evidence?" Afraid of a little sunlight. Boom. Mic drop moment. The nation awakens, not to division, but to defiance. Protests evolve into peaceful vigils, candles flickering against the night, chants softening to songs of solidarity. Britain remembers. We're the land of the Magna Carta, the Blitz spirit, the quiet cue that turns into a roar when pushed too far. The people reclaim their voice, not with violence, but with votes, vigils, and viral truth. And as the dust settles, with Reeves' budget now a footnote to this epic unraveling, one thing's crystal. Corruption's curtain call is here. Betrayal exposed, outrage channeled, a nation reborn in the fire of accountability. Emotional pause, crowd cheers fade in. If you believe truth still matters, subscribe to UK Pancakes and never look away. Thank you for watching.